It's week 1 of the National Football League, and we've got a showdown in the AFC South. It's the Colts and the Texans, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the start of another NFL season, joined by Charles Davis in the booth. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and partner, it's always great to begin another year. It's especially great when you get to see a couple of division rivals square off right out of the gate, and that's what we're going to see here in the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans.
And I know people get tired of it sometimes because we always zero in on the quarterback position, but I don't think we can avoid it here with these two teams in the AFC South. How about in Indianapolis? Matt Ryan, now their quarterback. Can he get them on a postseason run? Because he's the team's 6th Week 1 starter in 6 seasons, and Indy hasn't won its openers since 2013. And Houston, Deshaun Watson officially gone. Davis Mills took over last year. Can he improve on a 4-13 record? I like his chances.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. As Indy's offense takes the field for the first time, we take a look at Matt Ryan, top 10 all-time in passing yards, playing his first career season outside of Atlanta.
In a storied career that has spanned 14 seasons and nearly 60,000 yards through the air, we're seeing a brand new chapter for Matt Ryan this year. With Atlanta in a rebuild, Ryan was dealt to Indianapolis, who is their 6th Week 1 quarterback in 6 seasons. One of the most decorated quarterbacks still active. This move will keep Ryan on a contender as he chases his first career Super Bowl title.
Off the play fake, here's Ryan. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Ryan. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we checked it.
Under pressure, they got him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4.
What a great job getting pressure here on the first drive. 3 plays and already 2 sacks.
And that pressure has been intense right from the beginning. And I'm telling you, if they don't make an adjustment in play calling and protection, it'll go from intense to relentless.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone.
That's returnable now for Smith. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
I think when we really analyze the 2021 NFL season, Houston Texans quarterback Davis Mills, he deserves a lot more credit than he got for leading a bad team last season. Circumstances led the 3rd-round rookie to being thrown in as the team starter, and he really came on after some early struggles. 4 300-yard games from him. He led Houston to a big upset of the Chargers that helped keep L.A. out of the playoffs.
Touchdown, Houston!
John Mechie.
His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Texans are on the board here first in the season opener. good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts.
And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week one. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Yeah, this is going to be a Colts first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of the new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
A give for Taylor running right side.
And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 37.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. But quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
A first down throw for Mills. That's caught. It's Chris Moore. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
It's surprising that Indianapolis is Yannick Ngakoue's 5th team in the last 4 seasons. He's never had fewer than 8 sacks and 2 forced fumbles in a year, producing everywhere he's been.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice. or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Just a 4-play drive that time, and the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Ryan. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Rough incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if we can get something going here on 3rd down.
And now the throw here is incomplete. And with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Here's Smith to return it. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
The Colts set to take over here offensively. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Ryan. And this one too low. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to end up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Houston set to take over. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football.
He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching, and how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Throwing, Mills. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I do think it's fair to say they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short.
The pass finds Mechie in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. John Mechie making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown of his NFL debut. And the Texans are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was all capped off by a John Mechie touchdown reception.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Ryan is going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Texans set to come onto the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense.
This is caught at the 20.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And you get a look at the final readout on air distance, according to Next Gen Stats.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Mills.
And he's got it. Touchdown! O.J. Howard, a 15-yard touchdown ground.
And the Texans are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, it's only week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work in preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 3rd down, Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. It seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And that will come the offense as they take over.
The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Mills on 1st down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Now Mills.
He's going to let it go again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Ryan. That's complete to Pierce. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Ryan. And this throw will be intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They run with a rookie from Florida, Dameon Pierce.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We begin week 1 up in our nation's capital, or just outside it to be more accurate, Jacksonville in town to take on Washington. And it's the visiting side who have the lead in that one. Carson Wentz has thrown a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. The Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, has a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And they will need to get this passing game in gear, because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
Well, the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Texans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, He recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half.
The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Again, Ryan.
And that's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Ryan. Hits his target to tight end Mo Alley-Cox.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Ryan to throw.
He'll get this one to Pittman. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this run, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
Derek Stingley.
That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Brandon Cooks trots back onto the field with the rest of this Texan offense.
Not a bad day at the office there. Maybe he would like the catch number to go up a little bit, but I think most guys would say 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, that's okay.
I think if the catch number goes up, we start.
And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. But Charles, the Texans' 2022 draft class here. And for a team, a franchise hoping to really climb back towards contention. But their front office, really everybody around the club felt exceptionally good about this draft.
I said it on draft night, and I stick by it. This was a very professional draft by the Houston Texans. They took Derek Stingley Jr., the 3rd, the cornerback out of LSU, and I had him as my top-rated cornerback going into the draft. An offensive guard, Kenyon Green, they took him 15th in the 1st round out of Texas A&M. He is a people mover. And one of my favorite players, great instincts, the safety Jalen Petrie out of Baylor, they're able to get him in the second round.
Here we go. It's Ryan on fourth down. A throw for Pittman is intercepted. There he goes, right side. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I'm trying to tell you, to what?
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans.
Dameon Pierce
with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Texans are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Ryan.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Ryan. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. A pretty good looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
He was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
70 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Another carry for Pierce.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. On second down, here's Pierce.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
This was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Texans, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.
Let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters.